If you don't know by now that a deed of trust can be very helpful to help you reduce your tax from your property income. But how does that affect you when it comes to stamp duty, land tax and your buy-to-let mortgages? Well, check out this video as Simon and I talk about that very point. So here's a question. I wanted to know if I could set up a declaration of trust to add my wife as a beneficiary interest so that she can claim rental income. If the legal ownership doesn't change, am I still liable to stamp duty land tax? And that's an interesting one. So let's talk about, we'll bring Simon on because there is an interesting point here. But what's a deed of trust, declaration of trust in your eyes?
So a deed of trust in its simplest form, and forgive me please any lawyers out there with my oversimplification. What it enables from a tax angle to do is for you to share income in a way that is not necessarily commensurate with the original purchase process. So as an example, you may have bought a property in your personal name, subsequently got married, now renting it out, and you may choose to share part of that property with your new spouse. You might use a deed of trust to enable that movement of ownership or part of the ownership across to your spouse.
I'm going to bring Simon on board here now because from my perspective, in fact, I'll let you test your own mute and unmute Simon. So hopefully you can see that. It should be on the middle pane. Look at him. I can see him sweating. I can see him sweating.
No, he can't do it.
Can't.
You do it.
Okay, I'll do it. No, I wanted to see how,
You are rotten.
It's nice putting through it as usual.
Such a troublemaker. Sorry, Simon.
Stamp duty land tax, because there's do banks like deed of trust, first of all, Simon?
Sorry, Simon, can you repeat that? I'll tell you why. There are, for you lovely, lucky people out there in Marbella, you're not experiencing 40 or 50 mile an hour winds going past the window behind you.
Oh.
Right.
I didn't quite hear you.
No, don't worry. So a deed of trust is whereby you transfer the income. So let's say that a wife has got all the property income in her name. She wants to use a deed of trust to transfer, let's say, 50% over to her husband or 99%. Now, they may not go on the mortgage, but do banks like that? Or
no,
a demand?
If both people are on the mortgage...
it won't be though. It'll be just one person.
No, if it's just one person, then you are effectively signing away some or all of the beneficial interest in that property. And in 99 out of 100 mortgage deeds that you sign, it will say in the T's and C's that you are not allowed to sign away the beneficial interest, or you need to seek permission to do so. And again, 99 out of 100 times, the lender will go, no.
No.
Yeah. And why is that? Is it down to risk?
Perceived risk. Because the idea is that specifically on a buy-to-let product, that the lender under Prudential Regulation Authority underwriting guidelines need to make sure that there's enough rent coming in to pay the mortgage payment. Now, if the mortgage payment's going out of your account, Simon, but Louise is getting the benefit of it, technically you are not now receiving income enough to pay the mortgage. In its simplest form. Okay, you're married, but that's kind of the way this. There are many other ways that underwriters will also see it. I've had this conversation with many an underwriter over periods of time. They just don't like it.
Yeah. And therefore, if you have to use, I'm just going to mute Simon as well, just for a second. But whilst that's happening, then of course what you have then is another issue whereby if the banks are asking you to transfer the debt, that is consideration, and therefore stamp duty land tax will be charged on you, which if you've got a property at 100,000, you think that's not an issue. But you have to think about, well, hold on a minute, you've also got the 3% SDLT as well. Does that come to effect? Now, it doesn't, it shouldn't do, but there are a lot of solicitors who will just ignore the law, dare I say, and just basically charge you the maximum rates.
Or misinterpret it, quite frankly.
Yeah, they misinterpret it, and they use the normal stamp duty land tax calculator. So you can be quite off-putting, really, by using them. Hopefully you found that video to be of some use, but don't stop there. There is plenty of content that I think you should be watching, and here is the video that you should watch right now.